This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for the week of December 11th, 2017. You feel like the fog is starting to lift? Is your thinking becoming a little less cloudy? Do you have less of the impulse to just sleep? Well, intellectually, you may want to do that, but your body is probably wanting to get up and get at life right now. And this week brings multiple opportunities for and moments of clarity like we haven't seen for a few weeks. Mercury retrograde is backing directly into the sun in Sagittarius, allowing us to check back in with our moral compass, our code of ethics, and recommit, or at least become more aware of what we believe to be true and where we stand on issue after issue, actually, and knowing ourselves far better, which leads quite beautifully into a heart-mind connection by the end of the week, just before the weekend, where we know what we value even more. We know even more clearly what we want out of life, the kinds of relationships we want. And since Mercury retrograde is having a meeting with Venus, and Mercury retrograde is always a time of ghosts from the past to resurface, and Venus has to do with relationships and also money, we could have some connections with people that we haven't seen in a while, haven't heard from in a while. So it could be emails, stumbling into them in person, getting a phone call, waking up and realizing we've had a dream about somebody, and all of these different contacts from the absolutely physical to the more ethereal carry information. They might have something to do with cleaning up some old business, getting some resolution, possibly involving an old financial account or a business matter that didn't really end or get handled. So there is much more to be revealed by the end of the week, middle of the week, learning about self, end of the week, learning more about others and connections and unfinished business. All of which are appropriate not merely for Mercury retrograde, but for the holiday season and the end of the year. A sense of personal liberation or breakthrough is likely over the weekend as the sun is in a very easy flow with Uranus, epiphany giver and advocate of alternate viewpoints. And this is a lead into the Sagittarius new moon, which happens late Sunday night, early Monday morning, depending on where you are. And it's a very interesting event because we are at the end of Saturn's 3-year journey through the sign of Sagittarius, which has brought incredible emphasis on politics and belief systems and attitudes about people who were born in a different place from us, attitudes about the media, the role of the media, the role of the legal system. Saturn will be right smack next to the new moon. It will be at the very last degree of Sagittarius, and he moves into Capricorn next week, starting a 3-year journey through his home base. So the end of this week and over the weekend, and then the beginning with the new moon, all have a kind of retrospective feel to them, a wrapping up old business, a looking back and, what have we learned? What is important kind of vibe to it. But on top of that, Venus, goddess of love, goddess of cold, hard cash. Venus is also at the end of Sagittarius, and she is part of this new moon party. And you're going to find over the weekend, and when the new moon comes, you'll be thinking an awful lot, not just about where you've been, but where you want to be. And want is the operative word. Venus is all about desire and giving in to desire. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, who wants much more of everything that he comes into contact with, incredibly self-indulgent fellow and also very generous. There will be big streaks of optimism, of, oh, damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead. Watch for major turning points in relationships. Maybe the turning points are still in theory and in discussions. The writing is very much on the wall, and you can see where certain key connections are heading, so ask for it. Dream really big. And if you aren't one who's generally inclined to set new moon intentions, consider doing it this time. Write your own personal letter to Santa and ask for what you really want, because it may well show up on December 25th. The homing thought of the week: know myself. Song of the week: Follow Your Arrow by Casey Musgraves. And the image of the week is a birdcage with the door open. If you'd like to know more about this, you'll find lots in my forecast for the Sagittarius new moon, which will be up at empowermentunlimited.net by Monday the 12th. And at my site, you can also sign up for my mailing list and get a copy of my Jupiter and Scorpio quick reference guide and book a session with me. One more thing, I have a talk for the solstice on Monday night, December 18, coming up, and I will discuss Saturn moving into Capricorn and what this means not just for the next 3 months, but for the next 3 years. And you can get information about that at empowermentunlimited.net/classes, or just look for the classes tab at my site. Talk to you next week.